everyone. My name is Kathleen Celmins. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Amplified Now, and we are a video-first content marketing agency that helps people get more content out there in less time that actually moves the needle for them for their business. And with me today, I have Lauren Proctor. Would you like to introduce yourself and your business?
Great. Kathleen, thank you so much for having me on. My name is Lauren Proctor, and I am a digital marketing consultant, mostly for fashion and luxury brands, people who really think about what is every stitch or every single component of what they're building, whether that's multi-million, billion-dollar brands or small mom and pop shops. So I just help them grow online.
That is so cool. I love luxury products so much. Much more than like I ever thought I would, right? Like there's something to be said for a really nice whatever, like pen. How'd you get into luxury?
You know, it was actually by accident. I actually wanted to be a journalist, and it was in 2008 or 2010, and the publishing industry was collapsing. And I got this advice, teary-eyed advice: don't go into journalism, don't go into publishing. So I ended up working for Scott Galloway's L2 think tank, which is now a part of Gartner Marketing. And we were helping luxury brands figure out what to do with the internet. And at the time, it was like Chanel would say, we don't need a website, or Burberry, like Facebook, that's where all the plebeians are.
Right.
And it turns out every social was more a way of being than anything else. So I got really lucky, right place, right time, and started to get to know people in the industry, and word of mouth just happened from there.
And so now, do you have your own agency?
I do. I have an agency, and I mostly work with larger brands or startups, but I'm also really interested in blockchain and the idea that people can create alternative funding methods where you don't have to have a big website, you don't have to have a big company. You can literally have people, you can go on BitCloud and you can have people invest in your coin and buy your product and support your craft.
Sort of out of thin air. Like the blockchain stuff feels like the internet did like 10 years ago, where 10 years ago, if you said to somebody like, turn your website into an ATM, they'd be like, and now that's what it feels like. The NFT stuff is just so interesting.
Yeah, and it's like almost like we went full circle.
Mm-hmm.
You bartering, you knew exactly who you were buying from, and then, I go to Vons or Albertsons and I have no idea. And then now we're going back where, hey, I like you. Let me support you in what you do.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like that too. And it feels like the same as in like fashion too, where people were like, people are never going to use pen and paper or wristwatches. That's a bad example because my arm is empty, but like that's not true. People went digital, and now everybody I know has like a fun watch or old timey, like not like just beyond the feather and quill like pens, but still pretty like filling your own ink and whatever. What does a luxury brand have to consider that somebody who might consider like Shopify or Amazon doesn't have to consider?
I think that luxury brands have to build storytelling into their budget a little bit more than other brands. You go on Amazon, it's like, who's going to get this to me tomorrow? Toilet paper, great. Whereas luxury, it's like, most people really want to know the story. And I'm shocked whenever I look into clients' analytics. We'll see people, the more content you put on there, the more people will spend 20, 30 minutes reading about, how did they weave this leather? And it makes people connected. And that, I think, is the core of it.
And do you help people craft that story? Do you help that story come to life?
I do, yeah.
So it's like when a founder comes to you and they're like, people don't care about that, you have to just be like, they do. They really do. Or are people sold on the fact that they need that story now?
I think people are mostly sold on that. We end up doing a lot of AR, VR, new technologies, blending into blockchain, that kind of thing. So usually when people come to us, if they're bigger, then they're already thinking in that direction. How do we bring our brand into Fortnite and, get people to buy outfits for their video game persona? I think that the smaller people are just natural storytellers. That's part of their brand ethos anyway. So, yeah.
That's really cool. Do you have advice for someone who's thinking about starting a brand? Is there a point in which you say, yeah, go Amazon, or yeah, you really need to lean into your story? Is there something that people need to know about themselves? Like, how do they decide to be a luxury brand?
I think that if you are so passionate about what you're doing that you could talk about it day and night and you feel like it's a part of who you are, then you want to go luxury. And if you would rather have something nice than have the profit margin, again, luxury. But if you're looking to just hawk products and make money, go Amazon, drop ship, even affiliate.
Yeah, right? This is so cool. Lauren, how can people find out more about you?
Yeah, so you can go to Lauren Proctor 32 on Twitter or laurenproctor32.com. And yeah, just search Lauren Proctor.
What's the 32?
Actually, it was my sports number. And the compass of, north, south, east, west was originally from the 32 directions of the wind. And I always thought, if I have 32, I'll know where I'm going in life. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I love that, though. A lot of times if it's like 16, then I wouldn't have asked. Like, I know how long you've had your email address or whatever. But that's really interesting. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. We'll link to your site wherever people are watching this. So if you're watching this on our blog, it's down in the comments. And if you're watching it on YouTube, it's in the description. Thanks, Lauren, for your time.
Yeah, thank you. It's really been a pleasure.